Hey folks, Rob Fenwick here. I'm at Belleville Hyundai, and it's a beautiful April day, early April, and I wanted to share something with you you're really going to like. I don't know if you heard anything about the Veloster N, but we have two of them here, and one's in the showroom in white, and I have a really cool blue one out here that I really think you need to see. Here it is. Now, I don't know what you think of the color. It's an acquired taste for some, and other people just love it. Personally, with me, I think it really pops. I love the red highlights. I love the N oversized brake calipers stuck in there, front and back. I love the wheels. I love everything about this car. But what I really like about this car is it's not just a really cool sports car. It's not just the fact that it's a coupe and the fact that it's a 6-speed stick, which is, I'm a manual transmission kind of guy. But what I really like about this car is it's practical. So it's not just a sports car. It's not just a car that can be driven every day or taken to the track. But I love this part. It's still a Veloster, which simply means that it's got the oversized driver's door to make it a true coupe. But you can also go over here, folks, and pop this door and this door. So some people aren't aware that the Veloster has this functionality. It has a functional back seat, and the passenger side seat is like all the way ahead. So let's put it back where a normal person would probably sit, and you can see that like it's quite spacious. It is. I love the blue seat belts, by the way. Good job, guys. And like, I'm 6 foot, and I'm in here. You can see it's quite a bit of room. It gets the job done, and in your standard sport coupe you're not gonna get that, but you do here. And getting in and out is not a big issue. Again, I've had my fair share of cheeseburgers. I'm no slouch, and I'm 44, so I'm not like I'm 25, and I can get in and out of this car. I like it. And of course, it's a hatch, so you can actually take things with you or go get things. You know, you can put a couple golf bags in here, and if you really want to, you can fold those back seats right down and you can put 4 bags in there. Not like you're going to take anybody with you then, but you can function. You can use this car. So one of the favorite things I like about it is actually useful. So the N, this car has 275 horsepower. 275 in a 1.6 liter turbo. Like, if that's not a feat of engineering, I don't know what is. I love the wing. I love this carbon fiber look here. Pretty cool. And it doesn't have a power seat, this particular model, but it does have power lumbar, so you can make it comfy. They've kind of made it into an everyday sports car, and to keep the price in line, that it's got the right feature comforts, but it isn't so dressed out that it puts it out of range for people. I like the soft embossment in the seats, just enough to say N. So let's climb aboard. It's got infinity audio, because you're going to want your tunes in a car like this. Push button start, kind of makes sense. And it's pretty. It's pretty inside. One of my favorite features, I mean, everything about this car is my favorite feature. I think you've probably gathered that. But little subtle ends here. I didn't show you outside, I apologize, in the grille and on the hatch, just the little ends here and there, just to remind people that, you know, you've got something more than the average, which is certainly good, even in the speedo, or in the tack, pardon me. Now the tack here, you can see the rev limiter, like it's not your average Veloster tack. It starts to redline about 6,800 and goes to 8K. That's substantial. Even the gauge package in the middle, you know, it's got your torque and turbo gauges, and just shares with you what's happening. That's a big speedo. That's a fat speedometer. It caps out at 300K. Don't recommend that, folks, but if you're on the track, it just gives you an idea of what they believe this car is capable of. I do not know the top speed. I'm sure you can find that out on Google. But this is a nice feature as well. This car, like I said, is an everyday driver if you want it to be. Love that. Again, the N, the 6 gears, I just love it. Creature features like you know, heated seats and heated steering wheel, so you don't have to do without. But this is what sets it apart. I'm going to go back and show you this. So in your normal setup screen, and it's a nice display, beautiful, bright. It's on the right angle, it doesn't glare out. But if you go to N mode here, it has a special system on the touchscreen. It gives you all the information here that you're looking for, your turbo, your torque, your power. It makes sense, but everything here is customizable. So the N mode in this car isn't just, how can I put it? It's got economy mode, it's got normal mode, and it's got sport mode. And we've seen that before. You get that in vehicles. But what really is cool is that you can customize the N mode. So if you like a feature that's in the eco mode, for example, you can set the suspension to have eco mode tendencies while you're driving in sport mode. So maybe you like the sound of the exhaust in sport mode, but you don't want it to be too stiff in the handling or what have you. You can adjust it and set it custom. It's pretty cool. Let me share that with you. So here we are. We're going to hit custom. Chassis, powertrain. So for example, the exhaust, we'll go here. So you can set the exhaust in N mode to normal or sport plus. You can go back, you can set the engine, you can have it, you can set the rev limiter, you can set everything the way you like it. You can custom build the N mode. And then when you're driving along, this little button here, one click of a button there, and it turns into N mode. And there it goes. So just give you a quick sample of that. We'll turn N mode on. We'll go to drive mode button. And you can see up here it says drive mode normal, sport, or economy. So listen to the exhaust, okay? So we're in economy mode. Can you hear that? So I wish I had the camera outside, but I don't. Nice and simple. Now, flip it to N mode. It's a lot more throaty. So we can actually change that so that you can change it so that if you don't want the extra growl in the exhaust in N mode and you want it to be quiet but you want everything else, well, customize it. Pretty straightforward. Save the settings and you're good to go. You can monitor everything that's going on here, the torque when you're driving, the horsepower. You can even find out what kind of G-force you're doing as you're driving. Like, wow. So folks, this Veloster N is not just a car. You can drive this every day. You can drive it to work. You can drive it to take the kids to hockey. You can take it to the beach. And if you want to play, you click a few buttons and you can make it your own. So I wanted to share that with you. It's a sweet looking car. We have two of them here at Belleville Hyundai. We've got a white one and this blue one, and they are nice. So I recommend, if you're a car enthusiast of my cal, of what I like, this sort of thing, something that you can do everything with, you should come in to see him at Belleville Hyundai. There we are. And there they're buffing up a sold unit, making it pretty for the customers. That's the attention to detail these guys are like. Fantastic. So come see him, Belleville Hyundai. Check out the Veloster N. Rob Fenwick talking to you. We'll talk to you later. Take care.